Consultation's open until the 19th of August 2019 on a package of transport projects that are being proposed for the Cranford Street area in Christchurch, New Zealand. Would you like to know more? Keep watching. Kia ora, this is Simon Britten from Think Papanui. I'm just going to talk through what's in this brochure, which describes a package of proposed transport projects in the Cranford Street area in Christchurch, New Zealand. Think Papanui is not affiliated with or funded by the Christchurch City Council, so I'm presenting this information as a member of the community. Think Papanui also doesn't take a position for or against any of these proposals. What Think Papanui is about is encouraging the community to be informed and to participate in our democratic processes. So, what's happening? Earlier this year we had consultation on the Downstream Effects Management Plan, DEMP, that's associated with managing the traffic impacts downstream of the Christchurch Northern Corridor motorway, due to open in 2020. What's now happening is the first stage of what was proposed in the Downstream Effects Management Plan is being consulted on in more detail. It's been designed in a bit more detail. Something really interesting has been left out, and other things are being proposed and pushed forward. So let's have a wee look through. Reminder too, the closing date for feedback is Monday the 19th of August 2019. If you're watching this video after that time, maybe have a search around, you might find some information on what happened. First of all, let's just flip through. We've got a contents page, we've got an introduction. Really interesting, just on this page here, there's a list of what else is happening in terms of other transport projects and associated projects that relate to this area but are outside the scope, perhaps directly of what the City Council can control and outside the scope of this current consultation. Then again, we just have a few comments around buses, rideshare services, community access, safety for walking and biking. There's an overview map showing the whole area that's affected by this set of proposals. I'll just show a closer up clip with a few more details of that. And then we've got cross sections showing what some of the major road upgrades are that are being planned, particularly around Cranford Street, south of Innes Road, down towards either Berwick Street or Berwick Street, depending on how you pronounce it. And if you know, could you please let me know in the comments, is it Berwick Street, is it Berwick Street? I might use them interchangeably, apologies if I offend anybody. Cranford and Sherbourne Street all the way down to Beeley Avenue, there's some cross sections there. There's some major intersection upgrades happening as part of this proposal. There's a drawing of one of them there you can see. That includes Warrington Forfar, Warrington Barbados, Cranford Westminster, Cranford Berwick. What else have we got? I said most of them there, I think. Sherbourne Street to Beeley Ave, Cranford, Sherbourne and Edgware Road as well. Then some of the side roads in particular have turning restrictions and landscaping. There's a few details on that. There's a couple of pages of information on cycle connections that are being proposed. Turning along, some cross sections showing some of the cycle connections, and then traffic calming for some of the side streets and minor roads. And then we're into proposed low speed zones. What was consulted on last time around was options of maybe 30 or 40 kilometre an hour low speed zones. Council is now proposing 40 kilometres an hour for all but the major roads in most of the area impacted by this plan. So there's details of that in here. Have a look at the close-ups. Parking and bus stop changes are mentioned. Turning right along, and then there's a feedback form within this document, but of course you can jump on the Council's website and the link will be with this video and give feedback online. Towards the end of the document then we've got some more detailed plans showing, taking us from Sherbourne Street at Beeley Ave and just moving all the way up Sherbourne Street through to Edgware Road where it turns into Cranford Street, and you can see what's happening around medians, around lanes, around clearways, around parking removal, around intersection upgrades, carrying on all the way up Cranford Street as far as, where have we got, D Street, Melbourne, should get us all the way to McFadden's Road, so it takes us right through into where there's work already happening. And then there's a couple of illustrations as well showing the Forfar Street and Warrington Street intersection and the Warrington Street Barbados Street intersections. All of that is in there. One really interesting thing that's not in this document and not part of the current proposals is some of the earlier thinking that was maybe the traffic for and from the Northern Corridor would be directed towards Forfar Madras Street and Barbados Street as opposed to Cranford Sherbourne. That's now not part of the proposal. So talk earlier about 3 laning. of Four Farm Address and Barbados Street north of Beeley Ave, or extending the one-way pier all the way up to Warrington Street. That's now not part of what's being proposed. The focus is definitely on Cranford Street, Sherbourne Street as the main conduit for the Northern Corridor traffic between the top end of Cranford Street and Beeley Avenue and heading towards the city. Hey, thanks for connecting with Think Papanui. I really appreciate you watching this video. I'd appreciate your subscription here on this YouTube channel, and I'd appreciate your feedback either in the comments below, or I'll leave a link so you can find me in a couple of other ways as well. A final reminder again, Think Papanui is not affiliated with or funded by the Christchurch City Council. This information's been presented by me, a citizen, for your information and to encourage you to get involved in giving feedback on the proposed projects. Kia ora.